Hey guys, Jacob Colburn here. I'm the owner of O-Town Iron. I'm here hanging out with Closed on Mondays here at O-Town, and we're going to do a quick interview. Basically, I've always liked working out in one way or another. I started off as a runner when I was in high school and whatnot. Got into weightlifting when I went to college. I went to UW-Madison. And basically, I joined a gym in Madison called Madtown Fitness, which was kind of like the similar concept to what we do here at O-Town, where it's like that old school bodybuilding type of feel. And I love doing it. I kind of got really addicted to just like weightlifting and whatnot, and just, pushing iron around, and you look good, when you work out, whereas like when you're a runner, you just look skinny, girls don't really like guys that are really skinny. So I was like, oh, this is cool, you look muscly, it was fun. So then I came back to Oshkosh and was like, well, it'd be kind of cool to have like a style like that, because it's mostly health clubs around Oshkosh, which is fine. It's great for like people with a family, or like if you want to go swimming or something like that, but there's nowhere for people that just want to kind of come in, work out, lift heavy, listen to some good music, and not get yelled at if they, drop their weights because they're lifting super heavy or something like that. So yeah, basically that's just kind of how I got into it at first, and then it transformed from there. So I wouldn't say it's as much of a transition, because you have to be passionate along the way. So I wouldn't say it's like, it is difficult. I would say that the process is, when it starts off as an idea and you're like talking about it, and it's really cool and it's really exciting, and then when it comes down to actually putting it into practice, it's very difficult, because anyone that's probably started a business, you talk to them, just a series of solving problems and putting out fires all the time. So with that being said, if you're not passionate the entire time, you're not gonna keep with it. You're not gonna stick to it. So I would say it's a transition from passion to business owner, but it's if anything, you have to become more passionate along the way, because with so much that's thrown at you with the startup phase and whatnot, and everything that goes wrong, like literally everything will, kind of, pardon my French, but everything goes to shit at one point or another. So you have to really like believe in your concept and what you're doing, and have a passion for it in order for it to persist and for it to become a reality. It's funny you ask. So, it changes a lot. I'm inspired by a lot of things. When I was working out in Madtown Fitness, one of the owners over there I thought was just like a really cool dude. So, as far as like the gym part, he was one of my inspirations, because he'd always come in. He was like this really big, like jacked dude, and he was really, really nice. And he ran the gym. He knew all the members, so I thought, oh, that guy's so cool. Everybody knew him. He was like the nicest guy, just like super jacked. I was like, I want to be like that guy, So like that was one of the inspirations as far as the gym stuff is concerned. But I've had a lot of like mentors and whatnot through. Not even just with the gym stuff and opening the business, but like throughout my life, that have kind of like inspired me to take on leadership positions and whatnot. So I don't know. I'm inspired by a lot of people, a lot of things. Anybody that's very passionate about things, I'm very inspired by. Even like my members now, like people walk in the door and their stories of why they're here inspire me all the time. Whether it's like people that are, competing for bodybuilding, or someone that's going through something really hard and they use the gym as an escape type of thing. I guess I just get inspired by a lot of different things, so it kind of changes as we go. But yeah, so. Before I owned O-Town, like I said, I went to school at UW-Madison. Actually, I wasn't studying anything remotely close to owning a gym or fitness or anything like that. I was actually studying political science. So, you'd wonder why I got into owning a gym and whatnot. But I don't know, I just kind of studied what I found interesting and what I really liked. When I first went to Madison, I was part of this like entrepreneurship learning community at Madison. So I did a little bit with entrepreneurship and whatnot, but mostly I was just going to school to study political science, and then I dropped out to open this place. So. Did I ever have second thoughts? Yes and no. that summer. So basically, when I started the project, it was in June of not this last summer, but the one before that. Uh, and I wasn't exactly sure if I was going to go through with it. It started, and then I made the business plan. I was meeting with banks and business owners and stuff like that, and trying to see if I could put the deal together. It wasn't until literally syllabus week that I had to decide if I was going to go to school or open the gym. So, once I committed to it, no, I never had a second thought about it whatsoever, because basically I jumped with, I put all my eggs in one basket, jumped with 2 feet, whatever the saying is. So, I mean, once I committed to it, no, it was just, I'm in it now, I'm giving it everything, there's no turning back, because I really didn't have another option. I literally put everything I had into this place. So, the answer is no, I guess. Once I committed to it, it was just, I was sold out. Well, it is my life, I guess, if I had to answer that. Basically, especially when you're first opening a business, when it's your first thing, your business is your life. You don't get away from it. It's a 24/7 thing. You don't, you get woken up in the middle of the night with calls, someone's at the gym or something like that, you need to take care of something. You're never just gonna go out to eat or to a bar out with your friends. You're always the owner of that place, I can't ever be out here and just work out and just have that be my own time, because I'm always the owner. So basically every aspect of your life changes. You kind of it changes your relationships, it changes a lot. It really reshapes who you are, in a sense. It kind of becomes part of your identity, if that makes sense. If I had to tell my younger self anything, what would it be? As cliche as it sounds, it's very relevant, but I guess just do things you're passionate about. And I hate that that's coming out of my mouth, because you hear every person ever always kind of say that, but it's very true. You never know what's going to come of something, how your experiences are going to shape you or change you as a human being in general. And you can't really look at, how it's going to affect you in the immediate, at that moment. So I guess just let yourself experience life, and don't confine yourself to anything. Don't identify yourself as this is who you are as a person. Allow yourself to branch out and experience new things and try stuff to kind of figure out who you are and what you like, and make yourself a better overall human being, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I would say to my younger self, because that was always something when I was younger too. I always thought I'm going to be a successful businessman or something like that, and it's I kind of got away from that, and then I just started doing what I wanted to do, and then my life has a lot more, I feel a lot more fulfilled with life, if that makes sense. So yeah, I guess that's what I would tell a younger version of myself. Crazy client stories. I've had some characters that come in here, for sure. Nothing too crazy, thankfully, probably. I mean, nothing that's really too out of the blue. I mean, I have people that come in, honestly, like I said before, that are just super inspiring, that come in that have struggled with some kind of addiction, and they come to the gym because they want to get away from that, and the gym's their escape, and that's freaking awesome. That's the coolest thing here ever. I have people, that have gone through really bad family problems or whatever, and then they, come here, and this is their place of camaraderie, and they come here and they take it on the air and they get mad, and this is their healthy kind of escape from it. As far as crazy client stories, I don't think anything too crazy. Once you leave, I'm probably going to come up with 3 stories that I should have talked about, but nothing that pops up right now. Love what you do and work your ass off, I guess. If you're not completely sold out for it, you're going to quit, if you don't love the concept. Because I couldn't tell you how many times that literally everything was bad. I didn't have financing, I didn't have a building, there's many times where you're talking to your closest friends or your family or whatever, and you are the craziest person in the room, and your concept doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't seem like anything's gonna come of it. But you gotta kind of listen to your inner voice or whatever, and kind of push forward with it. So you know, once you sell out or once you decide you're gonna do it, and then work really freaking hard, because those like times where you're no one's there for you, and you don't like, there doesn't seem like anything's gonna come of it. How you react and the way you work through those situations are what gonna define what happens with everything. So be persistent and relentless. Make sure you get that too. Be relentless as fuck, because that's important.